and I'm here with my amazing boss, Seymour, and we have a great show for you today. Hi, Seymour.
Hey, greetings.
So we're going to be answering some of your great questions today, and don't forget that we have the secret word coming up, so please stay till the end and you will see that. Seymour,
remember, secret word, chance to win $1,000 prize, 3 chances to win just to get the word, and you're gonna you're gonna go put it into the thing. 3 extra chances to win. Also underneath us here, 3 buttons. Please subscribe and like. It really helps us to do the job of serving you with information and so on. The more subscribers and likes there are, the more the Facebook and the Google help us to distribute our stuff. So subscribe and like in the buttons underneath. All right, Katie, what are we doing this week?
Okay, so like I said, we have a Q&A today. I have gathered some of the great questions that we received over the last month or two, and I was wanting to answer those for you guys today. Or, well, I guess Seymour will answer them.
Oh, shoot, we'll answer them together. What's the first question?
Yes, okay, so the first one is from Yvette. She says, my wall outlet is horizontal, ugh. Can you stack life or air on the side of wall, or is it just magnetized or charge ready top or bottom of wall?
Okay, I think I know what she's on about there. So here's this is actually an old model of wall. I'm just saying that because in a minute I'm going to pick up one of the other products, and they actually weren't made at the same time, so they don't fit together. So this is actually one of my old prototypes from a couple of years ago, but I had it handy as we were starting just now. So we have magnets top and bottom. This model is actually so old it doesn't even have them on the top, but we're going to have the magnets on the top and the bottom. All right, so it means that if, for instance, you're working with MAGFAST Air, new model, it'll go on top like this, right? Very nice. If you have an upside down outlet, which some people do because in various parts of the country, there's different rules and regulations about installing outlets. Some people have it upside down. It'll go on nicely like that. Sideways, it'll still go on, but it'll be pointless, right? Because this is air. You put your phone on, it would just fall right off. But the other products like here's life. Life will just go on side. You can charge that sideways absolutely fine. Here's time. That'll go on nicely sideways as well. Do I have a road? Did I already do road? Road will go on. This is an old road model, so it snaps on beautifully like that. So these will all charge absolutely fine. And extreme is going to be too long and too heavy for a horizontal outlet. Okay, you'll just plug a little cable in and do extreme. It's going to be the way to do that. As I say, the challenge here is that the vast majority of outlets are like this, and having one with a swiveling back or something on it, it just makes it a bit junky, to be honest. We've worked on it. To do that well would make it kind of twice as expensive a product to produce. Yeah, magnets are fantastic and strong. We're really excited about wall. We've made some. It's as you know, we're in tooling at the moment now. And next week, by the way, I'm hoping we're going to have pictures of cutting the tools, Kate. All right,
yes.
We've been promised those in the next couple of days, so we should be able to show that to you next week. But we're currently cutting tools for life, my baby life, for air, and for extreme. I don't have an extreme here at the moment, so 3. We're in cutting tools, and the next 3 are coming not too far behind. So we're excited. Yeah. All right. Next question.
Yes. Okay. Next question. This is from Kyle. He says, does it wear your phone battery down from always putting it on charger, or is it normal wear?
This is a sort of this question is being asked of MAGFAST, but it isn't really a kind of MAGFAST question. It's really a kind of how do batteries work question. Now, in our case, we're getting some of the best batteries around, so our performance in this area will be better than other people, but the same principles apply to lithium batteries. We're actually doing the more expensive, safer, solid-state lithium polymer batteries. They're more stable, safer. Like all of these batteries, they have a limited number of cycles, but it's up in the hundreds and hundreds. So someone who's charging and recharging, I mean, if you think about this is, for most people, they're not using this kind of every single day. So it'll last as long as you want it to last. Hundreds of cycles, like a laptop, like anything else. But the way to improve the battery life is to avoid doing a full discharge. The optimal thing is to sort of keep it charged near the top and not to discharge it all the way to the bottom. And in fact, our electronics are going to internally, I hesitate to say this because someone's going to make a fuss about it, but the battery inside is going to be a little bit bigger than the battery that you actually get to use for this reason, so that the thing lasts better, right? So we're going to reserve a tiny bit at the top and a tiny bit at the bottom, and you're going to be, your full and empty is going to be a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom, so that you get better performance and a longer life. If you think about it, that can be the only reason we do it, because we're putting in a slightly bigger battery that costs more money so that you can have better performance. All batteries. You've got lots of batteries in your life, laptop and that kind of thing. They all have a limited life, but ultimately not unlimited life, I should say. And just be nice to it the way you would to anything else. If you keep it on the dashboard of your car in the sun, that's not such a good way to treat it. If you leave it outdoors through an Alaskan winter, not the ideal way to treat it. Keep it in a reasonable range, treat the thing well. It's going to last you and last you and last you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so this is from Cyril. He says, if I give MAGFAST out as gifts, will the fingerprint work for the different people I may give them to?
Okay, so let's just be clear about a fingerprint. Fingerprint is a code. We've shown this before on the screen. So fingerprint is this code that is the shape of your fingerprint that is on every single MAGFAST product. It's different on every single product. So like the serial number, it's unique to the individual product, and it purveys a number of benefits. This is not an electronic fingerprint like you have on your phone. It's possible, but it would be unnecessary for a charger. Your phone is a whole computer. A charger is a charger. But Cyril's question is, will he be able to transfer it? Is it transferable to other people if he gives them as gifts? The answer is yes. When we ship the fingerprint, the code inside the fingerprint will be attached to you in the database. There will be a method to transfer that to someone else securely. You will have to release it to them, because otherwise it wouldn't be secure. But we will have a method for doing that. And for those of you who are hearing about fingerprint for the first time or don't remember, it's got a number of benefits. Excuse me, just put the glasses on. All right. So there's a bunch of different benefits, including a huge one that we're not going to be announcing until later this year. But out of the gate, lost and found. If someone finds this, they can scan it with their phone, and there'll be a secure way of getting it back to you. You'll also be able to get instructions and tips on usage just by scanning. It'll take you straight through to do that. Because the way it works, you scan it with your phone is able to interpret it and take you directly to a secure page on our website. You get the information on the warranty, patent information if you're interested in that. There'll also be, this is critical, a sort of certificate of authenticity. All right. Premium stuff like MAGFAST is the kind of thing that
people will copy.
Bad actors want to copy. So we're baking in from the get-go a way of you making sure that you have authentic MAGFAST product. And we've spoken about that another time. We'll talk about it again. But fingerprint is a very important part of protecting you and protecting us and protecting our investors and shareholders, many of whom are with us today. Hi, guys. By making sure that that only authentic MAGFAST stuff is in the field, and anything that isn't is easily identified as such. So you have a link to kind of my MAGFAST we showed you last week, the kind of owner dashboard. Might even have some special offers when you scan it. Why not? And way into the future, end of life recycling information. So that's all going to be part of Fingerprint. No one else has Fingerprint. No one else has MAGFAST Fingerprint. Yep.
Thank you. That sounds awesome. Okay, so I have 2 questions from Oliver. His first question is, can these devices handle doing wireless and wired charging of 2+ devices at a time? Yes. Is that the whole answer?
And the longer answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, each of the products has a different number of ways of getting power out. Life, which is in the presentation, the first one we introduced, 4 ways of getting power in, 5 ways of getting power out. 5 is a little bit of a cheat because we count the USB-C outlet and the cable it's the same outlet, isn't it? Sometimes with and sometimes without the cable. So let's call it 4 ways of getting power out. You can use all 4 of them simultaneously, but the device has a maximum power. Each of the devices obviously has a maximum amount of power that it can move. So if you were to plug in 4 items that are all have their batteries completely drained and they're super hungry and they want to pull the maximum, at that point, the system will slightly reduce the power to each of them so that all 4 of them can charge simultaneously, which is what you would expect. When we were thinking about it, we were thinking, well, should we just have like the first 2 you plug in, charge at full rate, and you're out of luck if you try to plug in a third? And we said, no, it's very rare that people are going to want to plug multiple things in. But when they do, they're going to need them all charging. They want them all charging. And so the power management, actually something called the PMS, the power management system inside, across all of the products in the range, all of the battery products in the range will do that. In the case of Extreme, it's got crazy numbers of ways of getting power out, and that you'll be able to use them all simultaneously, and it will just lower the output on each of them to handle. You'll be able to tell if there's this reduction in speed, of course, because LED-licious on each of the LEDs will be showing you the speed of charging on the relevant port. So this, for instance, the Qi charger on the front here, this is port number 1. So LED number 1, the speed of the breathing will show you the speed of the charging. All right, and took the cable out here, but the cable plugged into the top, that's port number 4. You'll see the speed of that. And so typically, charging with the cable, because it's USB-C, the super fast with PD power delivery, that's typically going to be the fastest way of charging, right? Because wired PD is such a fantastic standard. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the next question from Oliver is, how durable are these devices from a drop test, water test, and heat and cold testing?
So one of the unsung benefits of every member of the MAGFAST family is that the enclosures here are not just kind of regular plastic material, but polycarbonate, which is extremely strong, high impact. It's an amazing polymer. Also, the way that the design is put together, rather than just having 2 shells that can kind of fall open. We've got a little bit about this on the website. We've shown it once or twice in presentations. We have something that we're calling monocoque construction, which is the way race cars and rocket ships are often made, where the whole charger kind of is the underlying structure, and then you sort of see the shell on the outside rather than the shell being the structure. This makes the thing much sturdier and much stronger. He mentioned water in there. These things are not designed to go with water, like any electronics, unless you have electronics that are specifically made to repel water. You should keep them away from it. This has lots of ports and electrical inputs and outputs and should be kept away from water. It does, of course, have safety circuitry built in, but it's not. This is electronics, like your laptop. You keep it dry. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was all the questions that I had. So thank you for answering those. I just want to mention the secret word real quick, and that is
secret word. Yeah.
Durable. Just like our products. So
durable.
Yes, Durable. I had to look at it. So durable.
Durable. I promise we've spelt it correctly this week. So durable, Durable. Link right underneath to go through. Enter that for the secret word for an extra 3 chances to win in this month's $1,000 draw.
Yay. Well, and that is everything we had today. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for helping us change charging for good.